Welcome to History Adventuring. This is episode number 607. I'm Brad Hall, and today we're looking at the end of student drivers. I saw a car today that said student driver on it, and it made me want to time travel a bit. Whether it's the distant future or not so far away, student drivers, as we know them, will end. Cars will become automated, the same way that elevators did, and so many other things that we take for granted that don't require a human being to operate them. Speaking for myself, I was proud of the things that I started learning at age 16 that allowed me to operate an automobile. By the time that I was a student driver, cars had gotten much easier to operate than in my grandpappy's time, with automatic transmissions, power steering, that kind of thing. Still, it took some skill to learn how to turn the steering wheel, apply the brakes, etc., so that you didn't bump or crash into things. I prided myself on learning to come to such a smooth stop while driving my parents' Torino station wagon that it felt as soft as drifting into a cloud. Of course, when I first tried to use the brake, I nearly tossed everyone into the dashboard. Then I moved on, lurching every few feet. Nowadays, I know a lot of old-timers who bemoan the lack of knowledge that young people have about automobiles. And as we time travel into the future, it will become worse and worse. I grew up with automatic elevators, which I was happy to travel in, but really never knew the make and model. Otis, I guess. And whether the elevator was a double crank camshaft model or not, I'm making that up. I had no idea, and I really didn't care. I pushed a button, and it took me somewhere, the floor that I wanted to get to. Of course, there are always safety concerns. Anything that's controlled automatically, not by a human, can be a very dangerous thing. I am inclined to think that wise people avoided automatic elevators until they had worked out all the bugs, either taking the stairs or always making sure that there was a trusted elevator operator in there. And even though student drivers will be gone from the city streets, there will still be people who will need to learn how to operate things like trucks, with professionals who will be licensed the way that truck drivers and airplane pilots are. As I write this, in March of 2024, it's now been over 2 years since I first rode in a self-driving car, and it was an interesting idea, but actually a non-event, which I can compare to riding in an elevator without an operator. It got me where I was going, and that was it. My girlfriend rode along with me, and she just sat there looking at her phone. Not very thrilling. So the future will be less interesting, but I like looking at it. Thank you for time traveling with me. This has been History Adventuring. I'll talk to you later.